Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Boost with me, Tipsy, Transform 365, and Don Boyd, who is driving in his car. That sounds like a song, mate.
We're going to the beach. To the beach, beach.
And we do have a guest star in the car as well, don't we?
We do have a guest, yeah. Who? Yeah.
That would be you, Sarah.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were going to say exclusive and amazing when you were going to refer to me. Like, just guest, I mean, come on.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Big first mistake of the day. Here we are. Good morning. So subject today is to talk about the world-class training we had for our Transform X and Transform 365 guys last night by Mr. Alex Myers.
I am, obviously I couldn't be there last night.
No.
Sent my apologies. But I really want to hear about it because I got some messages off the crew. As soon as it finished, I had some messages. My phone was going, telling me how good it was. And ironically, there seemed to be a lot of our messages. I sensed there was a lot of the messages that we give out delivered in a different manner, but of the same format. So I was just in a moment of really happy. Sorry, guys, if you listen to the podcast, Tibbsy's just disappeared. Dog needs some help. So I'm talking to you. Hello.
It's all right. It's my best for the day. Right. Sorry about that. It's a bit of an interruption.
So tell us then, what have I missed out on? What were the topics and what were the topics or lessons we discussed?
Well, it was basically just looking at. We started off looking at wins because obviously that's a good important thing. So we were looking at wins.
Yeah.
And we just people's biggest wins in the program, what they've got. Bit slow in the beginning because people are always shy, aren't they?
Yeah.
About sharing their wins.
Yeah.
And then that sort of got people interested. They started being engaged, and then he moved on to talk about obstacles. So we started discussing obstacles because then once we started getting to obstacles, then that's when people are giving Alex those little nuggets to start investigating.
Yeah. What was one of the lessons, or what was one of the obstacles that was, or the first obstacle that was tackled?
Getting started, really, sort of discipline. Getting started, sticking to the routine, that sort of thing. Keeping on. Finding it difficult to be organised.
What was the advice that master coach Alex gave?
Start very simple.
Yeah. Start simple.
Really was start simple. And then he was just talking, getting bombarded by dogs. Then he was talking about how people go all motivated and looking at the whole discipline thing, and asked them that classic question: what's more important, motivation or discipline?
Yeah.
Went through that and really in some sort of detail, and it was also what do you do to ensure that you keep your discipline? Great questions as you'd expect from Jake and Alex.
Yeah.
Both asking some great questions, and to be honest, everybody was engaged. It was a great session with everybody. And I think they were just, Alex was trying to get as much information from the group as he could to understand. And then he asked that classic question to them, what is it to them, motivation, discipline, and where are they in the discipline journey?
Yeah.
Sorry?
What was the response?
Learning, I think.
Yeah.
Because you're going to rate yourself out of 1 to 10. 10 is like ultra disciplined ninja. 0, you're fly by night. And there's a few 4, 5s, a couple of 7s. We did so after I've looked at the thing who put 7. So it was good, and I think that was just. And then he dropped the old bomb, didn't he? His old, when motivation goes missing, all that's left is discipline.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. But then he moved into sort of like a whole journaling piece. And he left them with that classic question, right? Which is what I really want to focus on today.
Yeah.
Everyone says in their transformation journeys about how difficult things are.
Yeah.
And how you've got to move forward. Well, he said that one question, which I think is classic, and we ask ourselves, what do I need to do today to make it a great day? And he then said, because think about a transformation journey. A good year is a series of good months. A good month is a series of good weeks. A week is 7 days, and if you focus on one day, but that's all you need to do is focus on the day.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
And it's like sort of mind blown for them that you need to focus on that day. And he also said you need to base it on how you act, not how you feel. Your actions in the day, not how you feel, is what is important.
That's a powerful takeaway. That's really powerful.
So and then moved into
measurement as well.
Yeah.
Like if you're not measuring, how the hell are you gonna know how you've performed based on your actions?
Yeah.
If you're not journaling in the morning and you're not journaling in the evening, how are you gonna know?
Yeah, you're not, are you? You're gonna struggle, absolutely struggling. And you're basing your thoughts on memories, not facts.
Yeah, Sarah's got something here.
Well, it's just all act and feel then comes back as well to the motivation and discipline, because a lot of the time I don't feel like going for a run, but as long as I do it, I feel good about myself afterwards. So the feeling comes in secondary, because the action thing that actually then gives you the results.
The discipline is what then gives you the positive feeling.
Yeah. Well, he said the one thing that is quite, he said when people make these grandiose statements that I'm going to work out 5 days a week, and he goes, if you can't even work out 1 day a week, you don't have a hope of being able to work out 5 days a week.
Yeah.
If you say you're going to meditate for like half an hour a day, but you can't even meditate for 1 minute, why would you even do it? And he's talked about this whole before you start process.
Yeah.
The question is, because if you look at the negative, because everyone goes, what do I want to become? But if you ask the question, what don't I want to become? Because everyone knows what they don't want to do.
Yeah.
And if you eliminate that, I don't want to eat junk food. I want to eat healthily, but what I don't want to do is eat junk food.
Oh, was the secret.
Yeah. How am I going to get where I want to get to, instead of how am I not going to get there? So asking how am I not going to get there, because then you work on the reverse of that. Oh, there you are at the beach again. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. You can't see the wind turbines in the background there, but there's I don't know, can you make that? No. Absolutely, it's a clear day. It's just a bit overcast, but you can see essentially the wind turbines in the distance, which I can see absolutely clearly is Liverpool from the other side of the Mersey. If I carry on walking, or when I do carry on walking, I'll be able to see your old stomping ground. I'll be able to see Wales.
Yeah, good man. Good man. Anyway, listen, we need to do a live this weekend when I'm up in Glasgow, just so that I can show you around the sights of Glasgow.
Are you going to Glasgow, not Livingston?
Well, I'm going to Glasgow first, and then they've got their new gym, so I need to find out. They might do it in their new gym because it's all finished now.
It'd be ideal if they do, because it'd be straight into Glasgow as opposed to.
Oh yeah, I'm getting the train up anyway. So, but yeah,
out already.
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah. So do I. So to be honest, right? Here's the honest truth. I need to get this stuff done for that Emotional Eaters course, and as you've seen, I have 2 wonderful dogs who don't give me any peace. Trying to record videos and training with dogs crying in the background or jumping on your lap is not ideal.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to film all the videos, all the training sessions in the hotel room.
Oh yeah, nice. What are you doing? Saturday or go Sunday?
Going Saturday evening.
Yeah.
So I can then film them on Sunday morning as well. So it's all done. So anyway, this is not for this podcast.
Yeah.
Going back to Alex's training. So he was asking these critical questions. What do I want to become?
Yeah.
But then what don't I want to? How am I going to get there, or how am I not going to get there? And then this critical one, which I loved, right? Who do I want to be? Right? And then asking that question, how would they act and behave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you're trying to become that someone else you want to become.
Yeah. This is all powerful stuff, and this is stuff that we do in Transform 365. But that's just moving on from Transform X. It's great to be thinking about it and Transform X, but 365, that's where we start to take that journey, is starting to look at who we want to become. And it was definitely something I did, which is why it's in the program. Definitely something I did when I was on my journey is knowing who I wanted to be, who I didn't want to be, and how the person that I wanted to be behaved, how they acted.
Yeah.
And even so much as when, and I've said this before, I always share this all the time with Transform X, is when I broke up with my the girlfriend at the time, which actually kickstarted this whole process for me, was after that point, I made a list. I made a checklist of the woman that I wanted to meet. No surprise, the woman that I then met happens to be here. That one who I married.
Just put the camera on Sarah. She's far more photogenic than you, mate.
It happened to be, there's no surprise. It's no coincidence that the woman I met and the woman I married is basically that checklist. And I don't, some people might like, what, it's a checklist? And well, yeah, actually, that's the reality of it is that I wasn't willing to just accept anything that crossed my path. So,
well, listen, mate, you're on your walk. I'm going to leave you one last bomb for you, okay?
Yeah.
And this was cracking. So before you improve your results, you need to improve your standards. And you have to make them musts.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's like a lion doesn't eat grass just because he's hungry.
Oh, hey, Sarah, you can do the next guest training. I'll get you in. Dom, you're fired.
Yeah, I'm fired. That is a great example of a standard, and I think that what Alex has dropped there, that bomb is absolutely true. Again, 365 guys, we've been, how we, to the Transform X guys, we talk about, we repeat these because they need to be instilled, and in 365 we instill to them about standards.
Yeah.
You can't teach everything to everybody in one program, and that's why we have levels. And certainly in 365 we talk all about standards, and I think that if Alex dropping that bomb is certainly going to start getting the Transform X guys thinking about the next phase of their transformation, and I just think it's world class. In fact, I dropped Alex a message, and if he sees this, I'll repeat myself that I'm very grateful for him dropping such a world class training session. It was short notice. You asked him just earlier in the week, and he's pulled out a world class session. So I appreciate that.
Well, listen, mate. You enjoy your walk with your lovely wife.
Before I do, I've got one question. You mentioned he was coming back. Is that?
He's coming back to do a follow-up training, yes, for the guys in a couple of weeks' time.
Awesome.
Just didn't finish all the stuff, and he's got some more bombs to drop. So
cool. Well, I'll look forward to it, and there's plenty that we'll get through in the next few weeks. That the last week or two has inspired me. So to write some great content, and I'm looking forward to producing that. And I'll get back to where I'm at.
Walking over me at the moment.
Hey,
we've got a dog walking over me at the moment. Enjoy your walk with Sarah anyway, and thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. I
was there at 8:30, just FYI, because I made.
Yes, we had a few technical issues because you were trying to do it in your car.
Yeah, but I've made
You
that
did
commitment.
actually make it on time. No, I will give you that. You did make it on time. So, all right, mate.
Making a commitment to our guests and our audience. 8:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Morning boost.
Yeah. Good morning, Kevin. Sorry, yes, I won't be far from you on Sunday. No, but I'll miss the old firm clash, I hope. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, listening. If you do watch this on replay, please remember to #replay. It just helps the algorithm. And we will be back on Monday morning with the morning boost. And we have got our Lunchbox Lives Tuesday and Thursday. No, Tuesday next week. Thursday, we might have to have a think about. But have a great weekend, everyone. Sarah and Dom, enjoy your walk. I'm not jealous in the least bit of the fact you're walking on the sea, walking alongside the sea, but there we are. Yeah. I'm going to take my dogs out for a walk now. So have a great day for you. And everybody listening and watching, have a great day too. Adios.
Adios.